met her.
Like, if you don't talk about her, she won't annoy you. And it's like, everyone who talks about her has never met her. And it's like, I don't know why any of you care.
Well, she keeps doing TV shows. So
well, don't watch them then. Lots of you do TV shows. Lots of people don't watch that either. They get wound up. Just, change channel. There's lots of other options out there. It's a self-perpetuating thing. The reason she gets commissions is because people like us talk about it because we get wound up by it. So she gets.
Is Harry all right though? Because he looks really, really depressed.
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that the reason that we talk about her is because she's so jolly annoying.
No, you talk about her because it gets clicks and views and the public are nosy and interested.
Honestly, I think she's really annoying.
Well, but fine, there's lots of things that's annoying. I ignore them. I find mosquitoes annoying. I don't live anywhere where they are. If you find something annoying, you've got plenty of colleagues you find annoying, you probably don't see them.
So, Archie, I was looking in the Daily Mail today when I was with my mum in hospital.
Of pro-Meghan truth.
Page 3, I come to Meghan.
Page 3, is it page 3 good?
I go straight on and I find something far more interesting. An Aldi meat pie.
Oh, it looks nice, that pie.
Go and buy the pie.
That looks a hell of a lot better than that stuff that on her video.
Anna, the great joy of a newspaper is if you're not interested in an article, you turn the page. I can teach you how to do it. It's amazing.
We did it.
So it's an old-fashioned technique, but it works.
I bet you didn't know just how far one TV channel would go to turn a single person into public enemy number 1. Welcome to our investigation into the rise and unravelling of GB News. In the crowded world of British television, GB News launched with promises of free speech and open debate. But from the start, the channel's real strategy was clear: target Meghan Markle. Producers quickly learned that segments about the Duchess spiked viewership. The goal wasn't to inform, but to provoke outrage. Meghan became the network's daily villain, fueling a relentless cycle of attack. Presenters speculated wildly, guests were chosen for their hostility, and facts took a back seat. The programming was designed to reinforce a narrative: Meghan as disruptive and ungrateful. Viewers who felt alienated elsewhere flocked to GB News, finding an echo chamber for their frustrations. The more the channel attacked, the more its core audience cheered, creating a feedback loop of outrage and ratings. This focus on a single individual was unprecedented in British broadcasting. Newspapers had long engaged in royal commentary, but GB News turned it into a 24/7 spectacle. The network wasn't reporting, it was constructing a villain for its daily drama. Ratings surged, seemingly validating the approach. But the relationship between channel and audience was built on unstable, ethically questionable ground. The empire of outrage was growing, but its foundation was already cracking. GB News wasn't a newsroom, it was an outrage factory. Editorial meetings revolved around one question: what can we be angry about today? If Meghan did nothing, they invented controversy. Charity work became self-promotion, family photos were dissected for hidden motives. Facts and nuance were discarded. Every story cast Meghan as the villain. Presenters used loaded language, guests were chosen for their animosity, and balanced voices were excluded. The result was a daily performance, not journalism. The product was anger, and the business model depended on a constant supply. Attacks grew more extreme to keep viewers hooked. Criticism of her public role soon became cruel speculation about her personal life. The machine needed fuel, and it burned through journalistic integrity to get it. The network sold outrage, not news, but the cycle was unsustainable. Behind the scenes, many GB News staff felt uneasy. Hired for fresh perspectives, they found themselves producing personal attacks. Attempts to introduce balance were shut down. The anti-Meghan focus was non-negotiable. Journalists were told to find unflattering photos, clip quotes, and write misleading headlines. Some presenters embraced the narrative, others felt trapped and exhausted. Quiet resignations began as staff refused to compromise their ethics. The toxic environment became an open secret in the industry. High turnover signaled deeper problems. The internal moral compass was pointing to the exit. The empire built on hate was starting to rot from within. For a while, the strategy worked, but the wider public noticed the obsession. Why was so much airtime spent attacking one person? Social media users compiled clips exposing the repetitive hostile coverage. Hashtags calling out the channel's agenda trended. The channel looked less like news, more like a personal vendetta. The turning point came when attacks became personal, even targeting Meghan's children. Mainstream media and critics condemned the channel's practices. GB News was no longer a challenger, it was the villain. Attempts to broaden the audience failed. The core viewers remained, but the public turned away. The facade of legitimacy crumbled. The machinery of hate was now in plain sight. The real blow came from advertisers. Brands didn't want their products linked to personal vitriol. Activists shared clips with companies asking, "Do you want your brand here?" Advertisers pulled out, creating a financial crisis. Executives tried to pivot, reducing anti-Meghan content, but it was too late. The core audience felt betrayed and left. New viewers stayed away. Ratings collapsed almost overnight. With no ad revenue and plummeting viewership, the channel hemorrhaged money. Investors saw no path to profit. Emergency meetings failed. The closure was abrupt. The experiment had failed. The empire built on hate imploded under its own toxicity. The screen went dark. Meghan's supporters felt vindicated. For years, they'd watched a media campaign tear down one woman. The channel's collapse was a victory for decency and humane discourse. It proved hate has a limited shelf life. Supporters celebrated online, highlighting the irony of the channel's failure. The event sent a message: targeting individuals for profit is a losing strategy. Relief replaced gloating. A source of negativity was gone. The implosion was seen as a triumph of truth over division. The GB News saga is a lesson for the media world. Outrage is a corrosive, unsustainable fuel. The channel collapsed because its foundation was morally bankrupt. True journalism seeks context and fairness. Agitation only provokes. The public can tell the difference. Manufactured hate requires constant escalation. Truth endures. The market delivered an ethical verdict. Hate is not a viable long-term strategy. In the end, truth prevails.